I'm not going to present all the slides. I have 5 minutes, right? So I'm just going to say a few things about this very innovative and exciting, no bias here, exciting project. But the important thing, look at the title, Student-Led Action Research, the AgShare model. And I'm going to start by telling you that this is really the backbone to this, the MSU Global. And this was very exciting. But I want to define these things. First of all, what's action research? That's when we have students participate with where the data is coming from. That's participatory research. Very, very important. And then the AgShare is really a process. It's not just a simple thing, but really a process of an institutional approach to teaching, research, and community development. It involves all the three components. And we just happen to use agriculture as an example, but this could be applied to so many fields. But started in agriculture. And then most of you, of course, know what we call open education resource. So those will be important things. So this was designed, we did this in many universities in East Africa, 5 of them, but the project that we are going to present really was done at Makerere University in Uganda. And this looked at how do we improve the dairy value chain for the industry, part of Uganda, in the western part of Uganda. And in so doing, our main focus was really to look at what can the students do? How can the students serve as the main agent of change? And the institutions there, again, MSU and OER Africa, which played a very, very major role. So this was a study where we looked at everything from, most of you know me, I talk about cows, everything from the cow all the way to the drinking of milk. And we wanted students to look at the whole value chain, including business aspect of the project. So the students were master's students that got involved in this project. They collected information about what is really going on on those farms, the whole value chain, and looked at parts that affect production, like disease. But more importantly, or equally importantly, they looked at also the intervention. What can you do then, both from a disease standpoint, but also from the business aspect? And I don't have enough time to go through it, but let me explain very clearly without even looking at the slides. So we had these students. Instead of doing their regular master's degree thesis, where they go in the lab or somewhere and sit and design their studies, they went to the field, to the farmers, surveyed the communities, and got ideas what the farmers need. Then they went back, brought their mentors, and designed a master's thesis with the input from the industry. They went and collected data that was enough for their research. They collected case reports, or call them cases, that were converted into ordinary language, simple language, for the farmers. And more importantly, the cases that were collected were then turned into what we call teaching modules, so that the professors at the universities had new material to use, and that material, or material that they collected, were put on a website so that other universities can actually use that material. There are 2 important things here. This was students-led, students-generated, and the information then was also used for administrators to see if they can make differences in terms of changing the policy of how they train. Lastly, the students make a big difference in terms of the efficiency of the industry that they worked with. In other words, they would reduce diseases in the community where they worked, and in fact, the farmers made more money. So they combined the science the business aspect, made a difference in the communities, made a difference in the way they are going to teach those classes in the university, and they created information that was so critical for other universities actually to use. And this is important in developing countries, particularly where they do not have a lot of money for creating courses. So this is why this, to me, this is very exciting, because it covers both of the things that I'm really interested in, research and improving teaching. Thank you very much.
John, before you go, I really have to emphasize, congratulations, because AgShare 2 just got funded, so this work will continue. And thanks to AgShare 2, MSU will be hosting in early February a convening with the Gates Foundation on open knowledge in agriculture. And this model, the AgShare method, as John described, will actually be some version of it, will be incorporated in our own work right here on campus through the MasterCard Foundation funding, where we have scholars here and elsewhere that we coordinate, and also through the USAID-funded Be Heard program that recently got funded. There's elements of this student model, student research, creating extension, and course materials in our own work right here on campus. So thank you, John.